This is Gingersnap. My name is Lisa Redfern. I wasn't here last week because I was singing on an island for me off the coast of Maine on Swan's Island at the Sweet Chariot Music Festival, so we didn't have one last week. But I'm here in Portland with my friend Kellie Ryan, and we're going to talk about her work, and I'm going to read this because I want to get it right. She's an integrative sex and intimacy educator and leads women's sexuality workshops called Sex of Self. So Kellie, tell all of us a little bit more about your work.
Well, thanks for the opportunity to do this.
Absolutely.
Well, there's a couple of things. I decided to become a sex educator, and in that process, I met another sex educator, and we started to develop Sex of Self, which are women's sexuality workshops. And these are places for women to collect, have more authentic conversations about what matters to us, and how sex has sort of an impact on our lives, or less of an impact on our lives than maybe we wanted to have more of an impact. And I also have integrated some of and Dana is my work partner, Dana Fidel, and we come from really different arenas. She's worked mostly with younger folks, and I have worked mostly with adults, and we've combined these workshops that bring, that don't just bring conversations, but also bring a sense of meditation, and how we sort of store stories in our body, because my background is a massage therapist, so part of the awareness I like to bring into the classes is more body awareness and body appreciation, and sort of healing the relationship with our body. So they're pretty dynamic in terms of what we try to integrate there. And then I also do work with individuals and couples, and that's where I feel like I get to a little bit more, not that one's more meatier than the other, but to work with individuals is just beautiful and a deeper experience, and I will integrate my body work into a session, which basically it's a non-erotic massage. However, a massage is very sensual and can help awaken and build a deeper connection and build intimacy with ourselves. I feel like ultimately the work that I'm doing is about ourselves and about having an intimate relationship with ourselves. And by that I don't mean masturbation necessarily. I just mean an intimate relationship and a sense of just a really strong sense of who we are, and having love for that. So
that's important work. And how do people get in touch with you if they want to come to a workshop or to have individual work with you?
Well, what's mostly been happening with individuals is it's a referral basis. I have a few therapists who know about the work that I'm doing, and that's been a wonderful symbiotic relationship. But most people will reach out to me sometimes through Sex of Self. They'll go to the website and just find me through that. That's the only way to actually find me currently is through that website.
Sexofself.com.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. And on that website you'll just see a lot more about the workshops and a lot more about both Dana and I and our paths.
Great. Well, thank you, Kellie. That's important work. And so why did you come back to Maine? Or why did you come? You're from upstate New York, right?
Well, I'm actually from Long Island.
From Long Island!
Long Island. In fact, I told a client that yesterday, and they were like, that like reshapes my entire perception of you. I'm like, you want to hear the accent? Anyway, so I'm from Long Island.
You can do it.
I can do it. And then I moved to Ithaca, New York, for a little while, and for 8 years, and then
I was thinking of the Ithaca connection.
Yeah,
right.
Which is an awesome place. But now I live here, and
Yay.
I'm really glad I got here. I got here through an unusual, through a relationship that was actually exactly what I needed to get here, and I got exactly what I needed out of that relationship to do the work that I'm doing. So I'm really in the end, I'm very grateful, but it
Yeah,
was a very, I would say, traumatic experience moving to Maine.
I understand. Those of
Yeah.
us who have been here, moved away, moved back, you know, it's we love being in Maine, but it has its challenges.
I feel like deep work happens in Maine. I feel like
Mhm.
I came here and it was like, you're going to swim in deep water and you're going to learn all the sort of those dark pieces about myself that needed to come to the surface so that I can grow.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah.
So, Kelly, do you know your first word?
I do.
You do?
Mhm.
Yay!
It was Stawas, which is Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Stawas.
Star Wars.
It was Star Wars.
Oh my
my
gosh,
brother
that
was
is so
obsessed with
funny.
Star Wars, and my mom was fairly obsessed with it too. So I
Wow.
was submerged in Star Wars world, and sometimes I don't believe that was actually my first word, but
That's very funny. Well, my brother will like that. He's a huge Star Wars fan. So my first word was cookie, and so I love cookies. And so now is the time on Gingersnap when we enjoy a local cookie. This is a, please,
wow.
dive in. This
They
is
are
a
so
bacon molasses cookie
Look at
from
that.
Isabella's Bakery and Cafe in Freeport. Yum!
I'm entertaining myself. Holy
So
God.
smell it. Smell it. I don't feel anything. Yeah.
That is like, it's breakfast. It's breakfast in a cookie.
It's breakfast and lunch in one.
I love bacon.
Do you have? So get yourself down to Isabella's in Freeport. It's right near. It's right around the corner from Sherman's.
Okay.
Bookstore, which segues into. Do you have a book that you have recommended a lot in the last couple of years?
I meant to think about this more. Because the truth is I read a lot of nonfiction books and a lot about, well, all different things. But I can't say, they're hardly ever recommendable. I feel like I'm reading them for a purpose. They're often around, right now I'm reading about, sex and trauma, and I wouldn't recommend that book unless you really, really wanted to know. I'm going to put this down.
Okay.
Wow. I will go back to it.
Yeah, you will.
I'll recommend this book, and it's funny that I am, because I actually haven't read through the whole thing, but I feel like I read most of it, and it's called Kellie Rising, and because a lot of my work is about sexuality, this particular book has this wonderful conversation between Shiva and Shakti, and it's a better understanding of Tantra, and sort of in a really playful manner, like how we work energetically and how dynamics are created, and I thought it was really, really helpful and useful, and I've used it for a lot of workshops just to steer some conversations in an interesting direction.
So say the title again for them.
Kellie Rising.
Okay.
That's funny.
So
that's just. And another moment, like in the next one, I'd want to recommend something else, but that's just what came out now.
That's all right. So did you have a car or a vehicle of some kind from your childhood that you loved and you wish you could get back?
So I was saying earlier, I don't have a strong relationship to vehicles. Although
You must fabricate
I recently, okay, so this is not a car, but I was recently, that's a silly thing to say, actually, because I actually do really love to drive, but, anyway, it needs to be standard, though. I don't like to drive automatic, but anyway,
so just so you know.
it's important. Look at this cookie, it's like draping
I
over
know,
the plate.
they're
Okay.
drooping. You should,
So the car is not a car, it's four wheels. It's like a.
Is this a quiz? Do you know what it is?
There's a picture of me on Facebook on
Oh my
it.
God, that's so.
It's
Look at
got
Kelly's Facebook and call
No,
us and
it's
tell
got-
us what it is.
It's so simple. It's just made out of these like metal bars. You pedal it. What's it called? Like a
Made out
scooter?
of metal bars. Okay, we're gonna.
No,
come,
a scooter's
we're gonna
two
come,
wheels.
We'll come back to
This
that
is
in the
pathetic.
notes on Facebook. So, moving on
Anyway.
to music. What Is there an album or a song that I like to say is sort of like a touchstone or a leitmotif in your life that you sort of come back to for inspiration or just to kind of get you through? Or just that brings you joy?
Well, I love to dance, so
Right.
I have such a wide array of music that I love to dance to, and it doesn't have to be dance music to dance to it.
Mhm.
I just, but there's a song in my life that I don't even, it's a touchstone because it was my mom's favorite song, and she passed away 15 years ago. And it's Landslide.
Oh, that's a beautiful song.
And Fleetwood Mac, I mean, I feel like Fleetwood Mac, they're a touchstone. I just think they're amazing musicians, and their energy together is incredible. But that particular song is totally a touchstone. It's like, it's a good tearjerker for me. My mom sang it really beautifully. It's probably one of the only songs I know from start to finish.
Wow. And
yeah.
Dixie Chicks did a beautiful version of it, too.
They did.
They did. Yeah.
And Smashing Pumpkins.
Oh, wow.
I know.
And I do a good version of it.
I bet
Dusting
you.
Peace
I bet you. I would love that. I might have to sing along.
Yeah. You could. All right, so moving on to movies, which is one of my favorite subjects. If a movie was made about Kellie Ryan's life, who would star as you?
Oh.
And what genre would it be?
Okay. Oh, fun! I didn't think I'd have such a quick answer, but Drew Barrymore.
Oh, good. That's a good. Yeah,
Drew Barrymore
that's
would be.
That's a good pick.
We have a similar thing that happens with our mouth when we talk. I really, and I like her. I just feel like she's a presence that I like in movies. And it would be like, I think it might be like a Woody Allen or some comedy, but an indie comedy.
Indie comedy.
Sort of dark
like
humor.
Like a noir romantic comedy?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would see that.
It'd have to be funny.
Yeah.
It would be so silly for it to be just a drama.
Right.
Because I really don't feel that way about my life. I feel like it's more...
It's just silly to
more
be a
funny
drama.
than it is dramatic.
Yes. All right. I like that. Yeah. That's a good pick. So, Kellie, thank you so much for spending time in your lovely apartment in Portland. We won't disclose for the protection of my guests, we will not disclose the exact location, but it's a beautiful place. And I'm Lisa Redfern, and if you'd like to know more about me or my music, you can go to lisaredfern.com. And this has been Gingersnap. And our cookie today, again, has been the bacon molasses from Isabella's Cafe and Bakery.
Yum.
And this has been Kellie Ryan, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
And this has been Gingersnap.